I had been modeling for a while. I knew that the wide-eyed look was kind of not cool. Level of coolness way low. And all the photographers in New York that were shooting actors would never know to make them do anything with their eyes. So I always told people to squint, and then they would do it too much. And then I was like, it's not really squinting. And like, so, but I was always like, squint, squint, squint. I said it more than any other word in my studio because I just wanted people to look confident. And I knew it came from the eyes. So anyway, one day my daughter came up with the word squinch, I think. She's like, "Dad," I mean, it was 2012, so she was like 10 years old or something. Well, now I have to do she was 9. I know the age of my I have twins. So anyway, and she said the word squinch, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's a cooler word because it's not really squinting. It's a narrowing of the lower eyelid and the pupil. It's not a squint is when you close your eyes to block the sun or, some people, sometimes you squint in a windstorm or something, but a squinch is like the way our eyes move when we're communicating. So I always wanted people to look like they were in a thought process. So that would be the reason why I believe 100% of why I'm here today, or any or whatever became a world known world. I guess I got world recognition for the squinch, so that's why. It was because of that. They put me on Good Morning America here in the States, and they came to the studio. It's funny when they did that when I so I did this video on the squinch and it went viral, and then Good Morning America called, and the correspondent they sent was my client who I had taken her headshots years previously. Sarah Haynes, she's a huge superstar in the US in terms of the morning shows and stuff like that. She's had her own show. She's just so amazing. She's an amazing human being. But it just so happened that she was the correspondent they sent to come to my studio and film me with this squinch thing. So that's it. Hands down, there's no way I would have gotten anywhere, I don't think, or I mean, I don't know that I would have risen to the heights without having made everybody do that. It wasn't even that I made the video. It was just that I made everybody do that. And then my work took off. And then I was like, I won all these awards in New York. So I was like, oh, I got to open up in LA just because I got to get the whole country. And then I did that. And then the F stoppers walked in my studio, and then the rest of the world like kind of got a hold of this idea. And it's been crazy ever since. A lot of fun.
So much to unpack there. Let's go back to interesting how you might have fallen into headshot photography. But I'm going to ask you how you got into headshot photography specifically in a minute. But going back to that moment in the apartment with a 100 mil lens, do you still have that photo? That would be
I don't know
amazing.
where those negatives are. I bet you I have them. They're probably in storage somewhere. I mean, I didn't throw anything out. I've got to find my old negatives. I think they're in my father's house in his attic, and there's so much stuff up there that I'd have to go look for. But I wish I gotta have that. I want to find my negatives. I found an old negative of me in 2001. I picked up the camera in 2000. I but I decided to become a photographer in 2000. I got that first camera probably in 98 maybe, and I shot that for like 2 years, and then I was like, "Well, I'm gonna get serious now," and then I bought a camera because I was gonna start my business, and that was in 2000. So, and then Bruce Weber always shot Rolleiflex, so I was like, "I wanna get a Rolleiflex." So I bought a Rolleiflex,
Mm.
and then I took a picture, I didn't realize this, of my wife and myself in our bathroom in the first apartment that I rented that I couldn't afford. That was crazy. That had a southern facing window that I shot everything in. But I took a selfie of us and I put it, man, there's all sorts of stuff here. Hold on. I put it, I don't know if you could see that. There it is. Um,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and I took
Cool.
that and I found the negative like not long ago. And I was like, oh, I gotta print this thing. And I love my old negatives. I'm like, I was doing all my own black and white. I was processing my film in this studio apartment and then going out to New Jersey, where in my mom's basement I set up a dark room. So I would go print on weekends and shoot all week. So it was pretty it was amazing times. I got to find those negatives.